question is, are you ready?
Hello, and welcome back to Neurodiversity and Wrestling Assess. I'm your host, John Navarro, and today we're going to be covering Stand and Deliver, the big go-home show for NXT. And let's get right into it with some killer matches. To open up the show, we had a four-way woman elimination tag match. The winner gets to face the winners of WrestleMania for the Women's Tag Team Championships on NXT next week. And this match was really good. We got some really killer spots from everyone jumping outside of the ring one by one, like multi-woman waterfall, to literally each team showcasing why they're there. But we did get some really good storyline with Cora Jade and Roxanne. I knew something was going to fall out. Halfway through the match, Cora Jade is fighting off against JC Jane, and then everyone teams up on Cora, and Roxanne leaves her halfway through so Cora can get pinned. That was dirty. That's so-called your best friend, and you just left her there to get pinned, to get eliminated. That's just messed up.
The ultimate shade of it all.
But the first team to get eliminated was Lash Legend and Jakora Jackson, Meta Girls, because Roxanne Perez out of nowhere does a pop Vox and eliminates Lash Legend. Ooh, I was not as happy about that, but hey, it's a tag team elimination match. What you gonna do? And then we're left with Fatal Influence versus Tatum Pasley and Gigi Dolan. It was really good, but at the end, my favorite team, one of my favorite teams, Tatum Pasley and Gigi Dolan wins with a Tombstone Pyre Driver flip for the win. And I can't wait to see where this goes. We know that Roxanne and Cora is going to build something for like SummerSlam weekend, and I can't wait for that. And I want to see how this plays out with the tag team titles. Is the tag team titles going to be defended more on NXT? We really need the NXT the women's tag team division as a whole to grow. So let's see what happens. We had a really good opening match with Ricky Saints versus Ethan Page. Ethan Page was able to take control of most of the match using his technical submission, putting Saints in a Boston Crab, and also on a hold, and also doing a power slam over those shoulders to keep Saints down, but Saints was able to come back with a spinning DDT off the top rope, as well as his finisher, the Rosca Rambo, for the win. I feel like it was really good, and we saw two other guys from a different promotion really kill it off. And I can't wait to see where this rivalry continues. I don't think it's going to stop here. So we got the tag team title match with Hank and Tank versus Fraxium. And boy, I couldn't keep my eyes off this match. It was a lot of back and forths. It's a lot of good tag team moves from Fraxium. Like, a lot of, like, high-flying moves, but it's a couple spots that like blew my mind during this match. It was how Fraction was able to do a Pear Carvana onto Hank, onto the outside of the ring. Like, that was crazy. To literally Hank flying to Fraction, but Fraction moves out the way, so Hank lands on the table. Knocked out. And then we get a couple killer spots of Fraxium, Nathan Frazier, and Axiom beating the hell out of Tank, and also doing a Spanish fly into a 460 splash, only for a 2 for Hank to kick them out. And then we get more tag team chaos, and at the end, Hank and Tank wins with this killer like running side slam combo, like smash for the win. And I just loved this match. This match was killer. Hank and Tank really surprised me as a tag team. I liked them, but I never expected them to do that good of a match. And I can't wait to see where the tag team division goes next. Next, we got the North American Women's Title ladder match, and boy, it was just straight up fire. We had Lola Vice kicking everyone against the goddamn ladders. We had Izzy Dame drop kicking Zoria into a corner of the steel steps with a ladder. We had Zoria taking out everyone with the ladder on her head like a goddamn barricade, knocking everyone out. This match was so good, and I'm gonna talk about a couple spots that I loved or people who stole the show in this match. I feel like Izzy Dame really showed what she's capable of, and she really took initiative by literally dropping Zoria onto the ladder, and then at the same time dropping Thea Hale on the floor next to the ladder. Like, she was really going at it. The other one that really surprised me was Kalani Jordan. I love Kalani Jordan. She did some crazy spots. Like, it was this one spot when Lola and Zoria was on the top rope, and Lola does a submission to knock out Zoria. They both get knocked out on the ladder. So Kalani does a 450 splash to knock out Lola because Zoria moves out the way. And Kalani as well, like in the beginning of the match, she had this crazy spot when Lola was doing a submission to her leg, and then she got stretched out. Like, she literally looked at like Gumby, and then Thea Hale came in and powerbombed her. As well as, oh my god, I'm sorry, but the high flying spots were crazy. From Thea Hale getting pushed off the ladder by Zoria onto the colon, to literally Ruca, like, pretty much winning the goddamn match with a soul snatcher to Izzy Dame, and then a soul snatcher to Kalani and Thea. But then, as well as when she was knocking out Zoria, she does this cool backflip back up to, like, grab the title. It was pretty iconic. And I'm going to say this now, the women's match pretty much stole the show. And I am not surprised that the multi-woman ladder match stole the show. These women are killing it. The NXT women division is always on fire. And I can't wait to see what happens next. Is Zoria going to go in a feud with Ruca? Like, what one of these girls are going to step up to Ruca? So I can't wait to see. Then we got the family versus DarkState. The match was pure chaos. Devon and Luciana was tossing each other around the ring like it was a street fight. To the ring apron, to announce table, you name it. Everything was pretty much getting thrown all over. Stacks go full of beast mode and jumps DarkState by himself. And Tony D'Angelo is on the side. And Luciano's waiting for the tag. But, like, the whole time, Tony does not want to tag in. And then all of a sudden, Tony D'Angelo tags in. He cleans out house. And finally, later on, Stacks tries to bring in a crowbar, and Tony D'Angelo says, no, we're not going to use it. Then one of DarkState members get involved. Rizzo jumps from the top rope because she ain't playing that game. She's like, nah, you guys like to mess around. I'm going to join the match. So she takes him out, and while they're distracted, Stacks uses a crowbar on Devon. And then, we thought we got a wholesome moment. Tony and Stacks hug, and out of nowhere, Stacks low blows him and literally tells him, this is what you get, and just leaves him there while DarkState picks up the win. That was a crazy way to end the match. And I need answers. Is Stacks a part of DarkState? Or did that because he's mad at Tony D'Angelo, or he wants to be the new Dawn? We need to see where their storyline is going, because it's really juicy, and it's just so good. Then we got our women's main event, the Fatal 4-Way, with Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, Jada Parker, and Jordan Grace. And these women did not just show up. They stole the whole damn show. You thought the women's ladder match stole the show? The women's match stole the show. We kicked things off with a fire showdown between Stephanie and Julia, but Jada and Jordan are not having it because, like, they've been in the title picture too to, like, give us some time, so they beat them up. And Stephanie and Julia tag teams to take them out for a bit. And out of nowhere, we get a chaos brawl. Jada starts smacking people around. And then we get this spot. Jada doing a double blockbuster off the top rope because Jordan Grace is holding Julia and Stephanie, and Jada just goes for it, and it was just so good. And then out of nowhere, later on, we got a headbutt brawl between Stephanie and Julia. Headbutt against headbutt against headbutt. And Julia just headbutts Stephanie to the ground. Keep headbutting her to the ground until she's knocked out. Out of nowhere, Jordan Grace comes in. Jada comes in, starts beating up House. And then we get a multi-woman submission hold, okay? That submission hold was kind of crazy. And then it led to Jada Parker doing a double back suplex on the girls. Like, what the hell? But at the end of the day, Stephanie hits a spinal tap on Jada Parker because Jada Parker knocks out Julia. And then after that, hits her with the VSP for the win. In my opinion, Stephanie Valkyrie is the breakout star. She got it, and the women's division is heating up. Where is this going to go? Where are these 4 women is going to be placed after WrestleMania? We have to wait to see. But that match was just so good. But the main event, guys, I'm sorry, it just blew out of the park. So this main event was just pure chaos and fun. Most of the match, we got Oba Femi throwing all the guys around, pretty much using Trick and Javon as weapons against each other. And then we had Javon Evans that was pretty much killing it with his moveset, getting the full advantage of the air, and Trick stopping every moment. It was this cool spot when Trick jumped off of Oba to attack Javon, and then there was another spot of Javon heading a clothesline onto Trick, which made Trick did a Parakarana into a pin for the 2. It was just crazy, and halfway through the match, Trick puts Oba through a table. Trick knocks out Javon. Javon is knocked out, and when Trick tries to go for a pin, Oba stops the referee, which is insane. That makes everyone go for a brawl, and out of nowhere, Javon Evans just hits cutter after flying cutter. But at the end, Trick Williams hit the trick shot on Javon, but Oba Femi powerbombs Trick into Javon, and then picks up Javon and powerbombs him for the win. This pretty much showcases why the men's division in NXT is straight up fire, and a great way to end the show. Cannot wait to see what happens next. That's pretty much the episode for today, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for all your wrestling facts and all wrestling fun videos. And I'll see you guys next time.